All right, guys, welcome back to another KevCAM night class tonight. Tonight have Steve Walsh helping out with any questions or concerns for you guys. Steve, are you with us?
I am. Good evening, gentlemen. Thanks for your attendance, and excited to show you what's new in MillTurn here.
Yeah, and also have Greg Payton, one of our top AEs, on the phone as well with us.
Good evening, everybody.
So what we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be showing you, it's going to be a little bit of a short class tonight, but kind of showing you guys what's new with SolidCAM 2018 MillTurn. They've added some new features in there, and just kind of want to show you guys kind of the process of going through that and how they made things easier for you guys. And I do see a couple new names in here, so I want to kind of go over the regimen here of, we use GoToWebinar, so everybody is in mute just to eliminate any background noise. But if you guys do have questions, there is a questions panel there for you guys, and you guys can type those in there, and Steve will read them off, and he'll stop me dead tracks. And like I said, feel free to ask any questions at any time. This is a very laid back class for you guys, and use it as a training tool for you guys. As well as every night class is recorded, and doing a tip of the day as well. And unfortunately, we haven't done a tip of the day for almost a week just because I've been on some traveling here. But we'll start that up again. And like I said, every night class for the last, Steve, how long have we been doing this? 3 years now?
I think it's close, yeah.
Yeah. And so any, come here, and for those that don't have that, I'll put it into the chat dialog for you guys. Let me expand my chat here. And so there's the link to the SolidCAM University channel. And then what I'll do is we definitely welcome any ideas from you guys as something that you guys want to see in the night class. And that's what we're actually going to be starting next week is, or starting again next week, is customer suggestions. So if you guys do have any ideas, send those over to me in an email, and I'll get those added in there for you guys. And I'm just putting in my email right now at solidcam.com. All right,
Kevin, I think we're still sending out a nice little swag package as well for suggestions. So definitely keep those coming. Absolutely.
Let me pull up the PDF. So yeah, you guys send your idea over to me, and we'll send you off a SolidCAM swag as a thank you. And like I said, I think next week we are covering, it wasn't Ronnie, it was, I'm trying to think, I can't think of his name, but HSS undercutting and how to do undercuts using like the lollipop cutter and stuff like that. This one's Ronnie's doing a form tool or applying a form tool to parts. And then this one is Danny's from Artisan, and he has a part that he would just like to see us program from start to finish, kind of how we would handle our parts, kind of deal like that. So got some cool new stuff coming up for you guys. Okay, I'll stop rambling on here, and let's get to the kind of the what's new in SolidCAM 18 just for the MillTurn. Now, in the MillTurn side of things, there is really not much new at all with just the standard milling or the standard turning, because we've already kind of covered the what's new with milling, and we also there's not a whole lot coming out with turning. But one of the big things that they've added in here is they've changed up the setup. So with the setup it's going to look a lot different than what you guys are used to if you haven't opened it already. So if I open this up, and right now, basically all I did is bring a part in there. Let me show you my coordinate system manager here. So I got a coordinate system, one on each side here, and this is going on Integrex machine. So here's my op1, and then op2 will get transferred over to the sub spindle for you guys. So how do we get that set up, letting the machine know and letting the SolidCAM program know that it's working on the main spindle for that op1 and that sub spindle for op2? Well, let me go to my fixtures here. Before, we used to have a distance down here of where do you want those clamping jaws to be held on to the part. Used to be right here, and they've taken that out and they've added that into the setup for you guys. So you can see, like right here, my jaws are right on the edge of the part. Well, obviously that's not where I want it. I want it to be hanging on back here. And so what we've done is incorporated the fixture along with the setup, along with the machine. Okay, if I haven't confused you yet, I'll show you what I mean here. So here's the new setup. Now it looks a little bit different than 17 and 16, but it's very easy to use. So first thing I like to do is when you guys come in your machine setup, turn on your machine. This will allow you to see your part, the machine, and everything that's going on. So for our first one, we're working on the clamping fixture. So remember how we couldn't define where it was clamping onto the part? So let's just zoom in here. Let me kind of get a straight down. And here is where I can adjust where those fixtures are located. So if I just highlight that and roll my center trackball, you can see the clamps coming out from the jaws of that machine. So I'm just going to keep going here. Come on. And I'm just going to get them flush or close to flush with my jaws. I got a little delay here. Okay, so now my clamps are flush with it. And you can see I'm clicked on my clamping fixture right here. Well, now what I want to do is I want to kind of line up my jaws. So I can just come down to the rotational here and rotate my jaws so they're kind of lined up with the jaws of the machine here. Either my trackball is really slow or come on.
Yeah, if you know the angle that you're looking for, you can also type that in as well. Suppose I could just type in, probably wouldn't be 45 degrees. All right, that looks about good. So now we got our jaws completely lined up with our jaws on the machine. So now what we can do is we can come over to the main spindle here, and now I can tell it how far I want that part sitting out. Oop, going the wrong way here. So now I can come in here, and this is where I'm locating my jaws, kind of where it used to be in the fixture before, and where do I want to clamp onto that part. And we'll go right to the edge, right there. Oh, one too many. And then as well as, let's say you guys had maybe a alignment pin or something to align it with the chuck, you guys can also do the rotation right here as well. So, and then you can also switch, you know, if you want to, if you're using Mac 1 or Mac 2 or Mac 3. Now, if you click the generate envelope, what this is going to do is it's going to generate an envelope. Let me kind of bump this over of where that clamp is over here for you. So if we do generate envelope, now you can actually see where that fixture is on your 3D part, and you don't have to actually go into the setup to see where you're clamping onto, or the machine sim as well, or the Solid Verify. Okay, so now we got our Mac 1 or our main spindle setup. So now we want to do our sub spindle. So you can see over here I have a back spindle, and these are automatically created because
I got two coordinate systems, and it knows that anything with Mac 1 is associative to the main spindle. Anything with Mac 2 is going to be associative to the sub spindle. Now, if you guys have to do rotations around, then it would be Mac 1, position 2, position 3, and so on and so forth. Same thing with your sub spindle. If you need certain positions to kind of do like these holes right here, that would be a sub position for you guys. Okay.
Well, you're going to assign a Mac position to each spindle.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so now we have our back spindle here. And it throws I had it build a fixture already for me. This is just a setting in your guys' SolidCAM settings to add that in there. And now if I go, so now we're on our back spindle. So you can zoom out here. And let's go over to our back spindle. Well, I'm not seeing my part there. Come down to where the part is and click in stock. So now I can see I'm quite a bit a ways off here. Also, my coordinate system and my jaws are actually facing the wrong way, so I can just do a flip. Oops, sorry, a flip right here. So now I got my clamping fixture is flipped around, and now I need to get those fixtures kind of lined up. We're quite a ways off here. I just type the number in. I just got to see if it's going plus or minus here. So we'll just do, say, 200. Gets us close.
Yeah, have you done this before, or was that a lucky guess?
No, that was a lucky guess there.
Because if that's a lucky guess, then I want some lottery numbers from you as well.
Yeah, but here's the kicker. You win the lottery, still have to help with night classes. Okay, so now we got, let's say I had it. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to rotate my vices, so I'll just do -45. Nope. +45. And I can get this fine-tuned, you know, even more. If you want to be right dead center. Come on, mouse. Okay, so now we got everything kind of set up exactly for the fixture. So let's do our part. And since on that back side, the only thing we really have to do is just kind of clean off and face off, so we can call it good right there. So we're just coming right up to this piece right here, so that should be good. And that's it. Simple as taking, you know, so for your clamping fixture, getting that aligned up, just put your numbers in there, and that's your fixture of like your 3-jaw vise or your 4-jaw, getting that aligned up in the Z. And then also if you want to rotate it to line it up with the chuck jaws right here. Now, the main one down here for the Mac 1 POS one, that's how far your part is protruding outside of that, of those vices. Now, a little bit confusion is, you know, what is in stock? Basically, the in stock, all it is we're telling it where do we want our stock? Do we want our stock in the main spindle, or do we want our stock in the sub spindle? Just for this. So if we hit OK at here, you can see that I got my jaws down here. If I need to go back in there, maybe I want to generate the envelope for that second one as well. So So you can see my jaws are right there for the second one. Pretty simple, easy. I guess, what do you guys think of the new setup? Is the part reversed? Yeah, I'm seeing, let's see, Ryan, because you're saying the jaws are backwards? Yeah, I'm seeing that too here. Let me take a peek. So go to the clamping fixture. I got to kick it out so I can see the no. Why is that generating the envelope?
They're showing them in relationship to the coordinate system that you're using for Mac 2.
Oh, so if I had Mac 2 showing right now, you're saying? Then this would be flipped?
No, your Mac 2, the Z-axis is aligned in the same direction, which is consistent with how the jaws are displaying. So if you had the Z-axis flipped 180 degrees on Mac 2, the where it was pointing into the spindle. Right now you have it away.
Gotcha. So let's do edit.
And also in the setup for the sub spindle, you still have it tied to Mac 1.
Set revolution. Change to opposite. Flip around Y. And that's why we have Greg in here. Keep me straight. All right, so I'm going to oops. Don't want design cam. Okay, setup. Oh, yep. That's why. All right, so let's just take a peek and make sure everything's.
Probably take this moment to explain that we can pick the Z values for where that part's going to stick out in those jaws as well by clicking the 3 dots next to the Z.
Okay, let me get this part back where it belongs here. Okay.
I think your part's flipped. There we go. Yeah, the pick Z will be good because Ben was asking about a way of speeding up the positioning as well.
Oh, so pick Z, are you saying?
Yeah, where you're picking it on the model itself.
Yep, so that way you don't have to use your thumb wheel. And if you're trying to get, yeah, great point. If you guys are trying to go off an exact point, that's definitely the way to go. So just click the 3 tab button, and let's say I want to use this exact point as where my jaws are going to clamp onto. And then everything updates to that 12.75 for you guys. Okay, show the main spindle, Ronnie says. So let's go to main, in stock. What are you looking for, Ronnie? Okay. Now, that is the basic of the kind of the what's new with the setup. of everything that's going on with the MillTurn. Nice to be able to see visual in there. Everything's kind of combined into one area. So instead of setting up your fixture, putting it on the part, then going into your setup, and then changing that location as well, it's all in one area for you guys to simplify things for you guys as well. Kind of keep things, simple and easy for you guys. So, any questions with the setup? Okay, I don't see anything. How many of you guys want to see a really cool MillTurn machine? One that probably I've never seen before, but okay. So, well, let me ask you this. Who is coming to IMTS? I got a heck yeah. Ronnie, you're coming. Okay. Okay. Ben, you got to come. Anybody that is going, let us know. We can help you out with the ticket side of things for getting in the show. So, okay, so this is
Kevin. You stole my thunder.
Oh,
that's what I was going to bring up at the end. But
okay.
We can definitely help with tickets, and we're doing a little customer appreciation event on Wednesday evening. More info to follow on that. So,
yeah, that should be a great fun time, especially to be able to meet you guys in person. If you guys are planning on going on the beginning half, it's not going to be as good as the second half because both Sydney and myself will be there the second half.
Okay. Both SolidCAM professors in one room?
Yeah.
Okay, so the machine, I got Greg pulled it up on his computer. This is the machine that is actually going to be in our booth, or one of the 3 machines that is going to be in our booth at IMTS for you guys. So, Greg, I'm going to switch it over to you. And this is pretty cool stuff.
All right. Let me know when you can see me.
Yep. So this is
All right. This machine is going to be. No, go ahead, Kevin.
No, this is just
I'll drive. You can
okay.
navigate.
This is a quick tech machine. The actual model is the i4 2U. This is pretty close to Swiss. And the only reason I say that is so take a look at that tooling. Now, this machine vendor, they do sell, quite a few of these machines, but they could not find a post-processor to support it or a CAM software to support it. This is one that we took on here, but you can kind of see how everything's kind of set up. So what axes is that on the, I guess, the back there, Greg? Is that the...
Well, let me go through the kinematics of this thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Let me break this out real quick. The way we can see what's going on. So as you can imagine, we've got our x-axis on the main spindle. We've got a y-axis on the main spindle. We've got a z-axis on the main spindle. So that's going to control these static tool holders down here. Now these tool holders, if you can see, we've got them extended out radially, and I'll kind of swing around here and get in here. But you can see that we've also got some axial tools in here as well that are going to be static tools. Now for any driven tools, we have a B axis up along the top, and that B axis can be rotated indexially and used simultaneously to perform milling cuts as well.
This is
and that is consistent across both sides of the machine. So yeah, we've got our main spindle and we've got our sub spindle as well. So we can watch the thing kind of run through some operations. Go ahead and speed this up.
Yeah, so that upper is your live tooling, and that lower is, like Greg said, the static, which it's not moving. It's just going to be in a chuck. So those drills that are in there won't be able to spin. Now this machine,
but you can see that we've got quite an assortment of tooling that we can use across both sides of this gantry style tool holder.
How many tools does that machine hold?
Oh, that's a good question.
Let's see, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think we're up in the 30s.
30s, okay. Now we will be doing, like I said, we're going to be running a pretty cool part that I think pretty much all of us had design intent on and programming, but if you guys hit our booth at the right time, you guys will be able to take home some pretty sweet desk art.
Yeah, definitely say hi to Scott, who has been very instrumental in the programming of the sample part at IMTS.
Speed that baby up. There you go. Ronnie said he's falling asleep. Yeah, so I mean, if you guys think about it, all the different actions that are going on here, you know, this is just basic MillTurn, what's going on here, but it's the kinematics of the machine, and then the post processor is, you know, kind of what really makes these things move and do what they're supposed to here. And so it's you know, getting this quick tech, you know, in our booth, 1 and 2, you know, kind of something different you don't see on a day-to-day basis. You know, everybody's got, you know, the Integrexes out there, or the Kumas, or, you know, all those MillTurn machines, and this is kind of something, you know, a little bit new or newer that I've seen with all this kind of gantry style tooling in here. And like I said, it kind of reminds me a lot of the Swiss style. Yes, Ben, to answer your question, this is going to be at the show. This exact machine is actually going to be at the show. This isn't the part that we're going to be cutting, though. We're going to be cutting it's a pretty cool, what do we tell them, Greg, or should we just let them see it in person?
Yeah, let's save it for the show. And yeah, if we need to, we could revisit it afterwards, because it is going to be a show special.
Machine price tag? You'll have to talk to the Quick Tech guys at the booth there. I have no idea what these things go for. Let's do it, Greg.
I don't know offhand. I've only heard, and it's sub 200,000.
Now, is this a German machine?
Taiwanese.
Taiwan. Okay. So you can see now we did a part transfer. Or it's doing a part transfer, or part cutoff and transfer. And now technically that main spindle could still be running while the back spindle is going, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
So really kind of meant for high production machining here. But yeah, I just want to kind of show you guys that too. And you know, we don't there's not a whole lot with the new with the you know, the MillTurn. You know, since we brought up, you know, with the kind of the milling side of things, the drag and drop is going to work just like what we kind of showed with the 2.5D. The eye machining is all going to work. So it's kind of hard, you know, I hate to say there's not much new with MillTurn, but there is, just because they've added so much into the milling side of things. Like I said, with the drag and drop templates, with the improvements with eye machining, you know, all that stuff is, you know, kind of all piled in on, you know, onto everything here. So the biggest thing is that setup. So I know got a couple calls saying, boy, this looks completely different. What am I doing wrong? I can't figure it out. So hopefully that kind of goes through with you guys, and, you know, great detail explaining what's going on. Let's see, some eye machine on a brother or robo drill might be good to show demo 2 since they have it. Yeah, that 1G acceleration, those things haul. I know the Makino's got pretty close to that as well, those A51s. But yeah, they I don't. How did we get hooked up with QuickTech? I think, was it our German team had a machine? Greg, do you remember it all?
I don't remember the start of the conversation. I know that we work hand in hand with QuickTech to develop the post-processor for this machine, but I don't remember what the genesis of it was.
Yeah. But each year we have a different machine at IMTS. So, you know, we had the Herco, you know, we've got that little Defiance machine. And we're also going to be bringing, oh man, I had a brain fart tonight. It's not the Defiance machine we're bringing, it's the other little one.
The LaVille.
LaVille, there you go. So, you know, Ronnie, I know you had a little bit of interest in that Defiance machine. This LaVille machine is pretty much the same thing, kind of the same. It's got the same motor and all that stuff, same spindle, pretty much the same footprint as well. So for making any parts, basically the size of a Haas desktop mill that we'll have at the show as well. So. All right, guys, any other questions that we can help you out with, or was it cool to see that QuickTech machine? Yeah, you bet, Ronnie. Awesome. Well, guys, that's about, like I said, tonight is a little bit shorter of a class, so that's about all I can think of for, we're kind of done with the What's New series. If you guys are new or curious about the kind of the What's New, definitely come back to the SolidCAM University channel, and you guys will see all the What's New for the general, the 2.5D milling, the eye machining, the 3D with the HSM turbo, all that stuff. So, but like I said, next week we'll be doing HSS undercuts on chamfers, so using a lollipop cutter. If you guys have any parts that give you trouble with that and that you can share, send those over to me, because other than me drawing a chamfer on underneath, so I can show you guys. But if you, like I said, if you guys have a part that that you could show off, please let me know, and I'd love to show the part for everybody. So, Stevie, am I forgetting anything?
Nope. The other thing I was thinking about adding, Kev, was look us up at IMTS. The booth number is 134523. We're not going to be in what we call the land of pretty pictures, everyone. We're more out in the main show, because out there we can have an actual working CNC machine. So 134523 is our booth, and more information to follow on that customer appreciation event. We're doing that Wednesday evening. So, and just a quick thanks for everybody's time too.
Yeah, thanks again, guys, and apologize for being out of the office last week, but we'll keep the night classes going as long as I got ideas coming from you guys. So, Ben needs that number again. What was it?
134523, Ben.
4523. Yep, you got the right number there, Ben. So yeah, like I said, next week we'll have that HSS undercutting, and keep throwing those ideas over to me as well. And thank you guys for joining, and thanks Greg for your help, and Steve for your guys' help.
Sounds good, Kevin.
All right,
everyone,
guys.
Have a good night.
Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
See ya.